by educating people, मतलब सब तरह से पैसा बनाते रहो बस, बनाते रहो. Because you believe that people who are coming here, every one of them are making money. But by the way, SEBI said that 89% people lost money. You still made money, no? Then we have dear brokers. Brokers have been great. I mean, I am myself a broker, but I am not into clientele business. I'm more of a prop trading guy. But look at the way brokers have built their business. The new gen brokers have built their business. One of the largest broker in our country making a bottom line of 2,500 crores every year. We are so proud of them. But the fact remains that where is this profit coming from? Who is losing that kind of a money in market? Then we have service tax. Service tax on top of exchange charges, service tax on top of brokerage. तो कुछ नहीं तो कम से कम सर्विस टैक्स तो ले ही लो क्योंकि it is believed that they are giving some kind of a service to us. So government is always there to catch wherever they feel somewhere tax can be collected. And the most funniest, the extreme funniest form of cost is the stamp duty. I don't understand this logic of stamp duty. What is stamp duty? Just because there is some transaction happening, local state government is saying that you are doing a transaction and I am taking the responsibility of vetting that transaction, giving that transaction a legal sanity. That's why you have to pay stamp duty. Well, stamp duty was always supposed to be instrument driven. It was never supposed to be transactional driven. But the way these regulators have evolved themselves, we have become a punching bag for all of them, very honestly. I don't know how many people are listening to this. And, I just wanted to do a candid conversation with my friends and fellows in Twitter platform because I feel that Twitter audience is much more mature and we can actually use this platform to reach to the larger audience. But the way every authority in this entire ecosystem is looking at traders and try to make money out of us, irrespective of we making money or not, it is actually going to the level of demotivation. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I strongly feel that gradually with these kind of actions, you start feeling like, what am I doing here? Is it worth it that even if I don't make profit, I still have to park some part of my capital to pay to them who believe that they are providing services to me? There has to be value of the services, right? How can a state government charge a stamp duty when I know that most of the money they are collecting goes for social welfare, in fact, goes for corruption in the name of social welfare? Well, you need to come to Calcutta to know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's not get into that. Again, digressing the topic. And then we have SEBI. SEBI takes around 12 rupee as transaction charges per crore, which SEBI says that yes, we need money also because we are an independent regulator. We need money to sustain our organization. Yet, when you apply for anything, it takes 6 months, 8 months to get the registration because it's a process. It's a process which needs to be followed. Even though you are paying money, but you still need to follow. So, finally, what are we doing here? We are in an environment where we all are fighting to make money from this complex market. And the market is so complex, no? Global markets influencing our market, multiple assets influencing us, our trade positions not in a good shape, not in a bad shape. Again, I want to clarify that I have no problem with my positions right now. As you guys know me, whenever market is below 200-day exponential moving average, I am very much in cash. So I'm not talking as if I have some problem. I'm sure a lot of Twitter uh, critics, by the way, they are my favorite. Huh? A lot of Twitter critics, they will start saying that इसके पैसे लग रहे हैं इसलिए सब बातें कर रहा है. It doesn't because I'm as a person, as a professional, I don't lose money technically. Okay, not any single month. So all these service providers, so-called service provider, government, exchanges, brokers, state government, SEBI, they are here to take pie of that 40,000 crore which a retail investor, more than 40,000 crore, which a retail investor is losing. And SEBI is saying that they have lost. And here we are after that report and after a fair bit of, I'm sure, consulting and boardroom discussions everyone would have had. Regulator comes out, oh, sorry, not the regulator, the government comes out with another saying that we will increase this by 25%. So technically, now let me share with you some factual numbers. Huh? So when you are trading futures, cash market to chhod do. You know, if you are taking delivery in cash market and if you are trading, say, take delivery and give delivery, you essentially pay 0.22% of your profit as a cost of transaction. 0.22%. Assuming that the brokerage rate is around 1,000 rupees crore. If you remove that, obviously that number goes down. But approximately 0.2% you pay as cost. A large part of that cost is the STT you pay. Why do you pay STT? Because in, I think if I'm not wrong, in 2004, Mr. Chitambaram, I think it was 2004 or maybe 2004, yeah. In 2004, Mr. Chitambaram, he realized that people are avoiding capital gain tax by doing hanky-panky stuff. And he said that listen, I'll make capital gain exempt, but I want some money upfront. So he started the concept of STT. If you guys remember that, Mr. Chitambaram was a very, very clever soul, very clever soul. He knew a lot of ways to manipulate, or I would rather not manipulate, but he knew exactly how to uh, change laws and do things as per which is more comfortable for the government. So the Income Tax Act was changed, amended, and capital gain tax was exempted, and STT was introduced. Okay, that was good. And that time when STT was introduced, it was supposed to be an advance tax. That means there was a rebate under Section 88 which was provided. Now, what is this rebate? I don't know how many people have seen that era of 2004. And from 2004, I think that continued till 2000, if I'm not wrong, 8 or 9, before they removed that rebate shamelessly. What was the rebate? The rebate was that I I am paying STT to you, which is a direct tax. STT is not an indirect tax. It's a direct tax under Income Tax Act. If I'm paying you STT, I'm already paying you direct tax. And at the end of the year, if I am making profit and if I am liable to pay you final income tax, because I've already paid you direct tax in the form of STD, I should ideally get a rebate, right? ये तो मेरा एडवांस टैक्स है ना जो मैंने पैसा दे दिया आपको. This was the core of STT when it was introduced. And then someone just realized that again someone is taking undue advantage of that facility. In fact, उस समय लोग है ना ये क्रेडिट्स को बेचते थे. एक्चुअली इंडिया में भी क्या है ना ये रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग और बहुत उल्टा फुल्टा काम लोग करने लग जाते हैं. कोई भी तरह का गवर्नमेंट फैसिलिटी देता है तो people start manipulating those facilities and start taking it for their undue advantages, and then government closes that window not in a very healthy note. So what happened? Finally, the rebate was removed, STT remained, and recently, long-term capital gain, which was also exempt, that also was removed. So no more it is an exempt item. Okay, but STT still remained. In fact, dividend, which was not taxable in the hand of the investor, it was corporate dividend tax, it was also removed. So now an individual is paying dividend tax also in the hand as per your income tax slab. So basically, everything is becoming not so desirable in the hand of a retail investor or trader, but that STT still remains the same. And the STT was introduced with the purpose of removing the long term capital gain. What is very shocking is the intent of the government, the intent of the regulator. I've used a very strong word today, slavery. And you must have not heard these kind of usages from me. But yes, it looks like we are slaves. So basically, we have been told ki get out of this market. If you stay here, we will ask you to pay money, right? And the kind of stress which we all go through, all traders go through so much of stress, so much of unrest in our personal life, so much of health issues. I do want to take this opportunity to warn everyone who are pre 40 that after futures market. So if suppose you trade Nifty, if you trade one lot Nifty and you sell one lot Nifty, which is worth around 17 lakh of transaction. If I look at the total cost you pay, including STT, brokerage, exchange, service tax, stamp duty, SEBI. Now these words are actually music to my ears now. The amount you pay and how much tick is required have to gain at least 3 point nifty. नहीं तो आप कर ही नहीं पाओगे. 3 point nifty is not a joke, yeah. Especially if you are scalping or if you are an active trader. This 3 point nifty will go up to 3.5 times now. So the cost increase in futures will be much, much higher. So the overall cost will be from 150 rupees, it has gone up to 175 rupees. So future has become again a problematic. The overall cost of transacting in futures contract is gone. I think no one is interested in hearing me because everyone is talking about options these days. सबको फ्यूचर से हट के ऑप्शंस में ट्रेड करना है. That's a funny part. And I feel that government also want you to do that because the cost of transaction in options has definitely gone up, but that cost increment is marginal. You say if I trade one lot of options, the premium of 50 rupees in Nifty, if I do scalping or jobbing, then basically I used to pay 2 rupee 25 paise. Now I'll be paying 2 rupees 32 paise. So my individual tick cost was almost one tick in options earlier. That remains still one tick, a marginal increase. But in absolute terms, if you see, the increase would be significantly high. So what I'm getting a sense that government want you to trade more options. And the report which the government has published clearly suggests that many people are losing money in options because options is not an easy instrument. There is no doubt about it. Options is complicated. And when you talk to retail investor, I am literally at the helm of the affair. I am talking to so many people across the country. I get at least 5 to 6 emails every week talking about the stress people have because they were trading options. So quite a lot of population is losing money in options, and the government also want you to trade further options. What is more disturbing for me is not so focus on cash market. Why? I don't understand. Eventually, government should have a vested interest, right? Because long-term wealth creation happens when your cash market is liquid, is good quality cash market. मार्केट में अगर 10% का सर्किट आएगा नीचे की तरफ, if at all market gets into that zone any day, and it can happen, never say no, never say no. मार्केट में जो 18 साल तक स्पेंड कर दिया उसको पता है never say no. There could be any contingency which can lead to any kind of fall in the market. We cannot question कि नहीं होगा कभी भी. और वो कंटिजेंसी प्रिडिक्ट करके फायदा नहीं है, वो कुछ भी हो सकता है. आज रात को कुछ भी हो सकता है और उसका इम्पैक्ट कल 10% नीचे सर्किट भी हो सकता है मार्केट में. आर वी गाइस प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट काइंड ऑफ अ सर्किट? इफ दैट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग हैपन, a weaker guy who may not have done proper risk management to his trades, his or her trades, will definitely lose 5, 6, 7 years of his or her earnings from the market on that single day. This is market, right? It happens. Although I have to credit the regulator for doing fantastic work on regulating the margins, giving very high margin requirement and playing with the margin quite well so that The major disruption caused around fall in the market will be restricted. But still, market microstructure is always such that market will definitely react and your profitability will be in a bad shape if market reacts. Cash market is the most important instrument for any country. Because what happens? Suppose my position is stuck in options. Suppose if I have a robust cash market, I can at least take delivery, right? Suppose my position is stuck in futures. Suppose I bought a stock which is 10% down today. What's the worst thing I can do? If I'm only futures and options trader, I need to wait for the market to open to book my loss. But if I'm a cash market, I have a vibrant cash market in India, I can at least take delivery. So what is the government doing? They're asking, pushing people to get out of cash market and get into instruments like futures and options by increasing more and more cost. Yes, by increasing more and more cost. You will say that what are you the fact that government is increasing cost, that means they want you to move out of futures and options. Actually, that is not the case. The case is by increasing the cost in futures, you are making options more uh, attracting and people are moving away. So if you would have done something, my as I tweeted a suggestion also, if if I get an opportunity to meet madam someday, I would definitely tell her that ma'am please cash market को देखिए, ये भी आपका बच्चा है सौतेला नहीं है. Cash market is the most important instrument for the growth of any capital market ecosystem. And if we are talking about reaching to $5 trillion economy, your market cap will minimum move to $5 trillion, right? That means new stocks will come, same stocks market cap will grow, new set of investors will come. We need a vibrant cash market system. We just don't want futures and options in our country. By the way, just a clarification. I run one of the largest prop trading desks who are doing good volumes, big volumes in options. I know that the more I talk negative about these things, the liquidity gets impacted. It will affect my profitability also as a prop desk owner. But I know as someone who believe that what is right is right, what is wrong, having too much focus on options market and pushing people away from futures and cash and parking themselves to options is extremely counterproductive. Although we are providing employment opportunities to many unemployed youth of India, ये भी मुझे लगता है गवर्नमेंट का ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा कि यार ये बेंच पे बहुत लोग बैठे हैं और पढ़े लिखे ग्रेजुएट्स बहुत है इंडिया में, तो उनको कुछ काम देना है. तो सब फैक्ट्री में तो काम करेंगे ही नहीं, बिकॉज फैक्ट्री इज वेरी वेरी नॉट सो ग्लैमरस. सबको कंप्यूटर लैपटॉप के सामने विथ यू नो awesome charts or with a lot of videos created and posted on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere. सबको वो करने की बहुत इच्छा है. तो गवर्नमेंट ने बोला चलो वही करो, सबको ही बैठ के खेलो इंडिया खेलो. तो होल फोकस of India is now towards, which is good for people like us because finally it's a zero sum game. So those who are very serious in market, those who are active in market, they would love to do this. And those are, what should I say? Those are the weak hearts. And I always think from their perspective because, last 5 years of my life, I've interacted with so many weak hearts. And I know what is going through in multiple people's family. So this is not a healthy market microstructure we are creating. Ashish is also here. I got an opportunity to talk to Ashish as one of the face-to-face guests. So I'll definitely request him to express his thought on what is this happening and how do we prepare ourselves. We have to live with it. How do we push government in asking for few things which is so important for a trader? What I'm saying, just give me one thing. आप टैक्स ले लो यार, क्योंकि इंडिया में पैदा हुए हैं तो टैक्स तो देना ही पड़ेगा. हम तो यहाँ मैरिज सर्टिफिकेट लेने के लिए भी हमको पैसे और घूस दोनों देने पड़े थे जब पैदा हुए थे. तो इंडिया में पैदा हुए हैं तो टैक्स तो अपने को देना ही पड़ेगा. बट माई हम्बल सबमिशन इज यार टैक्स लेके कम से कम टैक्स का क्रेडिट दे दो यार. हाँ, ताकि एंड ऑफ द ईयर पैसा कमाएंगे और आपको टैक्स देंगे, तो जो एसटीटी दे दिया आपको उसका तो क्रेडिट दे दो। और जो आप ही ने कहा था, यू ओनली टोल्ड व्हेन वी जॉइंड, व्हेन यू इंट्रोड्यूस एसटीटी, यू ओनली टोल्ड that you will get the credit. Why have you removed that rebate 88? And constantly you are increasing the cost in lieu of the fact that you believe that by increasing the cost, the retail participation will go down. Well, even you know, this is something which I want to really give presentation to the government, say that even you know, the increase in cost will actually increase the retail participation, because the more they lose, the more they will come back again to recover the loss. It's a revenge market जहाँ पर loss कोई digest नहीं करना चाहता है, लोग और पैसा लेके आएंगे और खोएंगे और ultimately आप ही को और पैसा देके जाएंगे. So this is not the right microstructure we're developing. So let me just uh, let me just accept a request from Ashish and take his opinion also, what he would like to speak. Yeah, Ashish, you are there?
Hello.
Yeah, hi Ashish, how are you doing?
Good evening, Vivek ji. Thank you for allowing me as a speaker, and wonderful topic you have taken on a weekend. Vivek ji, I have two things to add. First, related to I was there at the start when you were mentioning about the taxations. I just want to add one more thing. Even the direct tax regime is so complicated for F&O trader, where the NSC and the most of the brokers give exact point to point calculation, but yet अगर आपका loss भी है, then also you need to claim that loss. If somebody is showing under 44 ADA, he need to get it tax audited. So that itself
Yeah,
sounds pretty absurd. When there's a loss, or I can still the whole turnover system is really kind of ridiculous. कि आप एफ एंड ओ का जो प्रॉफिट है उसको प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस एब्सोल्यूट टर्म्स में दिखाकर उसे टर्नओवर एंड उसके ऊपर आप 6% टैक्स भरो. सो एज मोस्ट ऑफ द रिटेल ट्रेडर्स आर इन लॉस, yet they end up paying direct tax to that on the loss also.
yeah, yeah.
And the second thing, Vivek ji, I would like to disagree with you on one thing कि option का cost जरूर घटा है, but most of the option players, the institution side I'm saying, for them the cost will going to grow multifold because most of them are doing spreads. I know people who are doing now butterfly 6 legs और इवन 8 लेग बॉक्स स्प्रेड्स. तो उनके लिए बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट है इसमें ऑप्शंस में, क्योंकि ये 8 लेग एग्जीक्यूट करने में कॉस्ट उनका मल्टीफोल्ड इंक्रीज होगा. बहुत सारे आर्बिट्राज अपॉर्चुनिटीज या छोटे स्कैल्पिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज होते हैं ऑप्शंस में, दैट विल नॉट ड्राई अप. तो दैट वेज गवर्नमेंट हैज, मतलब ये बहुत ज्यादा डिट्रीमेंटल है टू द इंडस्ट्री एज अ होल.
Okay, quick reply or quick reaction to what you said. I go to the second number point. ऑप्शंस में कॉस्ट तो बढ़ा है, देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट. और ये जो एनएससी ने कॉस्ट कम किया है ना, बहुत दिस इज अकाउंटिंग. पीपल आर सो एक्साइटेड कि एनएससी ने कॉस्ट कम कर दिया. पीपल डोंट नो व्हाट इज देयर बिहाइंड. सो बेसिकली एनएससी चार्जेस जो करता था उसमें से सर्टेन परसेंटेज वो इन्वेस्टर प्रोटेक्शन फंड के लिए साइड करता था. अभी एनएससी ने क्या बोला कि वो जो हमने चार्जेस ऐड किया था वो हम आपको रिवर्ट कर दे रहे हैं, बट इन्वेस्टर प्रोटेक्शन फंड जो है उसके लिए अलग से उन्होंने एंट्री चालू कर दी है. ऑल्दो ओवरऑल इम्पैक्ट में कॉस्ट डेफिनेटली कम होगा, but after all it's a accounting entry. So people please don't get excited with NSC reducing the cost, because NSC as an exchange will never reduce the cost. Their primary motto is profit बनाने का है और उनको अपना IPO लेके आना है और बड़ा बनना है. तो कोई भी ये ना सोचे कि उनका मकसद जो है वो कॉस्ट रिड्यूस करके मार्केट को डेवलप करने का है. ठीक है सर, आपने जो बात बोली मैं उस पर एक रिएक्शन दे रहा हूँ कि ऑप्शंस का कॉस्ट तो बढ़ा ही है. जो पहले मेरा कैलकुलेशन बता रहा है कि जो 4 पैसा का मेरा ऑप्शन का कॉस्ट था वो भी 5 पैसा हो गया अगर मैं 50 रुपए का प्रीमियम पे स्कैल्पिंग कर रहा हूँ. तो डेफिनेटली कॉस्ट हैज इंक्रीज एंड on an absolute terms cost has gone up. So I'm totally with you that people who are doing a lot of option trading, because most of the volume is there, on an absolute term industry is going to bleed only. कि ओवरऑल पैसा कुछ ना कुछ एडिशनली जाने वाला है गवर्नमेंट को, कम नहीं होगा ये पैसा. So I'm totally in sync with you on that part.
एंड
पहला वाला
रिटेल
पार्ट जो है,
से ज्यादा
आशीष वो-
इंस्टीट्यूशन को बहुत ज्यादा पिंच हो रहा है ये हाइक ऑन द ऑप्शन साइड,
तो
क्योंकि
आशीष
इतने
वो
स्प्रेड्स ट्रेड करते थे टू डिफाइन और मिटिगेट द रिस्क, उस पे बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट होगा.
So, just for the clarification for all the joinees here, when Ashish is talking from an institution perspective, he is seeing full-time prop trading desk or institutions like what active AIF or other people, because they do big quantity. And मतलब obviously retail investor उस कैटेगरी में नहीं आएगा भाई. रिटेल इन्वेस्टर के लिए ऑप्शंस उतना ज्यादा उतना एक्टिव ट्रेडिंग नहीं होता है, स्प्रेड्स वगैरह ज्यादा करते हैं, तो उनको उतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं आएगा. बट हाँ, प्रॉप ट्रेडिंग डेस्क को बहुत इम्पैक्ट आएगा. People like us, people like Ashish who are doing big volumes, we will algo trading desk उनको impact आएगा. Our
हाँ मतलब
profitability
मैं,
will
हाँ विवेक जी थैंक यू फॉर क्लैरिफाइंग. मतलब मैं मेरे पर्सपेक्टिव से बोल रहा था कि आज हम HFT के सॉफ्टवेयर बेच रहे हैं, तो हमारा तो धंधे पे डायरेक्ट पेट पे मार पड़ी है.
एकदम एकदम. और लोग कहते हैं कि basically the cost will get adjusted into the market price. There I want to clarify that based on my mathematics, this cost will not get so much adjusted in tick because this cost was always less than one tick. तो आपका ये पूरा एक टिक का ये इतना स्मार्ट प्ले किया गया ना बॉस. ये I'm doing this match for the last 2-3 days, and I'm telling you that the number has been very, very sensibly derived. Why 25%? Why not 30%? Why not 20%? अगर आप 25% का पूरा मैथ्स देखोगे तो मोटा मोटी ऑप्शंस के अंदर में एक टिक के नीचे का जब कॉस्ट होता था, गवर्नमेंट ने पूरा टिक आपसे ले लिया है. नाउ यू हैव ओनली वन टिक कॉस्ट पीरियड. उसके पहले भी कुछ बचाते थे तो वो आपके पास में नहीं बच रहा. So that's a great value, Ashish, you have added. Point number, initial part of the discussion, which was the income tax laws, that उसकी तो बात ही नहीं करनी चाहिए because there is so much ambiguity. Business income versus short term gain, business income versus speculating income, कितना ट्रेड करने पे वो business income होगा, कितना ट्रेड. There is so much openness that assessing officer finally has the right to consider this to be a business income or a non-business income. Plus, as you rightly said, Ashish, there was, I mean, if you want to elaborate what you said, there is so much of uncertainty in terms of what kind of taxation you have to pay finally, that you feel that at the end of the year जब आप अपना बैलेंस शीट देखते हो तो लगता है कि बॉस काम तो बहुत किया, समय बहुत दिया, स्ट्रेस बहुत लिया, लेकिन लास्ट में गवर्नमेंट को टैक्स को ज्यादा ही दे दिया. What do you think, आशीष?
टोटली अग्री, बिकॉज विवेक जी जितने भी इंस्टीट्यूशंस है सब प्राइवेट लिमिटेड या उसके फॉर्म में ही काम कर रहे हैं, तो उनको कुछ इम्पैक्ट नहीं होता टैक्सेशन के, डायरेक्ट टैक्सेशन के एम्बिग्यूटीज पे. बट जो रिटेलर्स है, मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर ऑन अ हायर स्लैब या जॉब या सैलरी के साथ कर रहे हैं, और उनके लिए सीए का बर्डन इतना बढ़ जाता है क्योंकि अभी ये मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हैव न्यूली ज्वाइंड इन. अभी इक्विटी मार्केट में बहुत ज्यादा रश, गोल्ड रश चालू हुआ 2 साल में, और लोगों को ये रियलाइज नहीं हुआ कि आप जितना ओवर ट्रेड कर रहे हो, यू आर गेटिंग मोर इनटू दैट नेट ऑफ गेटिंग नोटिसेस, जो कि एक सिस्टमैटिकली ड्रिवन नोटिसेस आ रहे हैं लोगों को. एंड सेकेंडली अननेसेसरी लोगों को ऑडिट करवाना पड़ रहा है जस्ट टू सेव द टैक्सेस. अदरवाइज 44AD जो प्रोविजन है उसमें अगर आप इवन इफ यू आर मेकिंग लॉसेस, यू स्टिल हैव टू पे इनकम टैक्स ऑन दैट लॉस ऑल्सो, 6% का.
Correct.
In,
In
yeah,
fact, I would say, Ashish, very few people have that sense of actually discussing the same with their CAs, figuring out क्या हो रहा है, because सबके अभी exposure छोटे छोटे हैं, तो people are not feeling the pain. But हाँ, 1-2 साल में जब वो 148 के नोटिसेस आएंगे तब रियलाइज होगा कि अरे यार. बाय द वे, अब तो वैसे भी वो पूरा नोटिसेस का प्रोसेस ऑनलाइन हो गया है, तो अब तो आपकी बात ही नहीं कोई सुनेगा. अब जो भी बात करनी होगी ईमेल में करनी होगी, अपने आप को एक्सप्लेन करना होगा. वो तो इट्स अ कंटिजेंट लायबिलिटी व्हिच यू आर कैरिंग इन आवर कंट्री फॉर 10 years नाउ. इट इज नॉट अ कि 1 साल कमाया हो गया, बात खत्म हो गया. 9 साल तो उस कमाई को सेकना भी पड़ेगा भाई. सो मच ऑफ एम्बिग्युइटी इन इनकम टैक्स.
so your whatever topic is self-explanatory. It has become a slavery right now. It is no more a profession or a business. It is becoming day by day slavery.
So I mean, that's how it is. So if you want to be part of this, you continue to be part of this. If you don't want to be, government is saying कि रहना है तो रहो, नहीं तो जाओ. जैसे अभी आजकल चलता है ना कि लोग बोलते हैं इंडिया में ये प्रॉब्लम, इंडिया में वो प्रॉब्लम, तो पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड सेइंग कि अरे तेरे को प्रॉब्लम है तो दुबई शिफ्ट हो जाना. so, so many people I know they have shifted to Dubai, yeah, because they find better tax, better access to Indian market and better tax laws. I mean, FIs they don't pay tax in India. ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा irony है आशीष कि we are working so
हाँ,
hard sitting in India trading and we pay tax on derivatives income, and foreigners they don't pay tax on derivatives income.
इनफैक्ट इंटायर गिफ्ट सिटी इज 10 ईयर टैक्स फ्री. सो इट्स लाइक रिवर्स रॉबिनहुड, कि जहां आप रिटेलर से लेकर यू डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग मनी टू द रिचर. आपने गिफ्ट सिटी का पूरा मैकेनिज्म खोल रखा है सो दैट मोर एफआईज और इंस्टीट्यूशन कैन कम एंड ट्रेड एंड गो विदाउट पेइंग एनी टैक्स फॉर 10 years.
True. So can we access gift city? The answer is no, because if we give money to the extent of the liberalized scheme and start trading derivatives, the bank will not allow us because technically you can't remit that money to trade leverage. There are people who are forming companies, capitalizing the company, sending the money by virtue of capitalizing those companies. And finally, they are saying that कौन देखता है उस कंपनी में हम क्या कर रहा है. But the fact is, you are presuming that आने वाला 8 साल 10 साल में आपके पास सेक्शन आपके 148 का नोटिस नहीं आएगा, which is a big misconception that today whatever you do, it's a liability, contingent liability you carry for coming 10 years in India now. तो गिफ्ट सिटी क्लासिक, आशीष वेल सेड, क्लासिक एग्जांपल है कि यहाँ आप अपने सिटी में बैठ के ट्रेड कर रहे हो, आपको 35% टैक्स देना पड़ेगा बिजनेस इनकम, और उधर में गिफ्ट सिटी से कोई आता है उसको टैक्स ही नहीं देना, तो मैं क्यों करूं यहाँ से ट्रेड में, तो बाहर से, इसलिए तो पीपल आर शिफ्टिंग टू दुबई एंड अदर प्लेसेस. सो गवर्नमेंट क्या बोलती है आशीष, गवर्नमेंट बोलती है कि इसीलिए तो क्योंकि वो लोग टैक्स नहीं पे करते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द डबल टैक्स अवॉइडेंट ट्रीटी, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर चार्जिंग एसटीटी टू देम, ताकि वो लोग कुछ काम कर रहे हैं तो टैक्स तो देके जाए. इट्स सो फनी यार, आई फेल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आप एक सेगमेंट से क्योंकि टैक्स नहीं कलेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं बिकॉज ऑफ योर डबल टैक्स अवॉइडेंस ट्रीटी, आपने अपने कंट्री में जो लोग बैठ के आपके देश को बना रहे हैं, आपने उनको पेनलाइज कर दिया कि हम तुमसे अभी और ज्यादा टैक्स लेंगे बिकॉज टैक्स तो लेना मेरा काम ही है. डू यू हैव एनी थॉट ऑन दैट आशीष?
Totally agree. मतलब since we cannot kill the disease, we are giving the chemo to the entire nation or the industry per se. कि हम उस पर्टिकुलर वायरस को हिट नहीं कर पा रहे तो पूरे बॉडी को ही केमो दे दो. अच्छे सेल बुरे सेल सभी मर जाएंगे. Yeah.
So this is the issue, guys. Thank you, Ashish, for accepting my invite and speaking on this issue. Uh, this is a big issue which I always wanted to talk about, and कुछ चीजें होती है जो दिल में रहती है, deep rooted problem है, and we always try to voice our opinion. I've written multiple letters to multiple authorities requesting them to relook at these issues, but rather than people looking at these issues, it has come to the extent where it has become कि बस हमको मतलब नहीं है तुमसे, हमको तो टैक्स बढ़ाना है तो हम तो बढ़ाते जाएंगे. You feel like you are a stepson of this mother. We have another guest. Let me just invite Asit. Asit is a very active trader. काफी अच्छा ट्रेडिंग करते हैं Asit, and I can see him here. Asit, would you like to join as a speaker and talk about this entire tax issue which is here? Is it Asit or is some other handle who is using Asit name? Let me see if I can invite him. Because Asit is a very active trader, I'm sure he will also feel the heat with this kind of an increase. I will just wait for 1 minute if he's accepting, else we'll try to take some discussions from other people who have sent me speaking request. So anyone who would like to speak, express his opinion, his or her opinion, I have pretty much summed up my thought process. The idea was to have a 30-minute of candid conversation with all of you. And if we can retweet what I posted in the morning, and let us do our bit and reach to larger mass, reach to all the traders in our country, reach to the regulator, and try to sensitize them towards the need of a more, better regulatory framework for all of us. Because being a trader is not an easy life. It's the one of the most toughest life which we all live, and we all aspire to eventually grow. Yes, we are not industrialists. Yes, we have not been able to establish factories. We are not manufacturing anything. Yes, we apparently you may feel like that we are not adding value in the economy by producing goods, but being a trader is something which we are doing is providing liquidity to the market. And if traders are not there, big people cannot survive in this market. And to survive as a trader, we need a better and more linear regulation, a comfortable regulation, and more least of randomness in the actions. This is so random that one fine day you get up in the morning and you realize that, oh, what has happened here? 25% cost क्यों बढ़ा दिया इन लोगों ने? This is so randomness which makes you worry about your occupation. All right, guys, this is it from my side. Thank you so much for joining. I hope it was worthy of your time. Meant to be 30 minutes interaction, but because we got involved and Ashish also gave his input, we extended this further. Please retweet the tweet which I have already sent in the morning or yesterday. I don't remember when did I tweet. Yeah, yesterday. Please do retweet so that more and more people become sensitive towards the need of a better architecture of taxations in our country with respect to traders. And hopefully, I get an opportunity, a platform where I can present the problems to the regulator, to the government, and sensitize them towards the relevance of people like all of us. We are not just here to be on the receiving end of the system. We want to be active because finally we are paying tax and our taxes are helping the economy to grow. If we don't do that, that's a big problem which we are living in. So we have one person who wants to speak. I want to give opportunities to people to speak. I don't want to be it to be a monologue. Let's spend 10-15 minutes. So let us. We have Nilesh Talak. He wants to speak. So let me just approve Nilesh what he is saying. Nilesh, very nice, Nilesh. How are you doing?
Hello.
Yes, Nilesh, we can hear you.
Yeah. So विवेक जी एक और क्वेश्चन था like after paying taxes even banks are grading us on the negative territory. That is also point to be taken to the regulatory authority. हम लोग एसटीटी टैक्स ये वो सब इतना भरते हैं बट स्टॉक मार्केट को सौतन की तरह ही बिहेव करते हैं बैंक्स.
Hmm.
So when you raise this सबके लिए अच्छा रहेगा for all the trading fraternity. When you raise this question, you raise all this.
Nilesh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know whether it's my network connection or yours, but can you repeat what you said?
Yeah, I'll just message in uh, on your chat.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Let me just see that message. Okay, you can give me suggestion. मैं अभी देख नहीं पा रहा हूँ. But yes, definitely, please do give me suggestions. And in
yeah,
case, because what I intend to do is I'm going to make a document with the details, cost structure, etc. मैं एक बनाने वाला हूँ, and I'm going to send a letter to the authorities. But I've already sent multiple letters in multiple forums to them. But I can try a bit again. मेरा ये मानना है कि कोशिश तो करनी चाहिए ना, खाली बात करने से कैसे होगा. So I'm going to make a document. So anyone have any suggestion, please do send the suggestions here. We have Tejas here. Tejas, good to see you. Tejas is I met him in face to face Goa. He is the co-founder of Fires, which is one of the most good upcoming brokers these days. So we recorded a face to face in Goa, which will make it live soon. So I would, you know, I would like to get his perspective on this subject. I would like to get his perspective on the subject of increase in STT and how it is going to impact traders, or if at all he feels that the impact will not be as good as what we are thinking right now. So let me just send an invite to Tejas. Hey, hey Tejas, how are you doing? Good to connect again.
Thanks. So I was just scrolling through Twitter and I saw this. You had hosted this and stock market slavery, STT, and more. So I thought, why not tune in and see what's happening?
So good to have you. It feels like that we just met yesterday, although we met 2 days ago. Good to connect again. So Tejas, the context is very simple here. There are so many parties who are asking us to pay them money just by participating in the market. So STT is a concept which since 45 minutes we have been talking about it, that government introduced STT in 2004. Mr. Chitambaran did, with an objective of taxing people who were not paying final income tax, and long-term capital gain was exempted.
Right. Yeah.
Now all those things are coming back in our life, but this STT is not going. In fact, STT is becoming fiercer and fiercer. So what do we do with this? What is your thought?
I mean, I just heard you say that you're going to write to the authorities. Well, that's great. Recently, ANMI and the Broker Forum Association as well have trying to make some efforts, but I don't know how effective that will be. It's like, how it is, right, with the government. So we can try, but essentially, it's done in a way that the volume churners will be facing most of the charges, because the guys who do 8-10 trades a day, I don't think will feel the pinch as much. So the general public who's trading may not really feel the difference. And also in response to this, NSE has reduced transaction charges as well. So the net effect may be a little bit lesser, I think. I'm still to go through the NSE circular. But I don't know if that can be changed, right? See, but one thing is for sure, Vivek. My inference from this is that, so for a long time, I've been kind of worried that what if options trading itself will be banned or severely restricted for retail traders to participate in. So with this, it's a clear message that that won't happen. So at least options trading will stick around at the expense of paying a little bit more STT. That's what I think.
In fact, I've done some math stages with respect to both NSC reducing the cost, which according to me, it's an accounting entry with a very, very small impact. Because the investor protection fund, which was out of NSC's fees, is now a separate entry. Although they have reduced the cost in options, but I think it's not so great reduction. NSC charging 5,000 rupees and STT in options is 2,500. So you can imagine they're still making a lot of money. In fact, 75% of the earning of NSC is from options trading. So I don't think so that's going to have a major impact. The reduction is very insignificant. The second thing is, Tejas, I did again a maths on the STT increase. So if I am trading futures, my cost has increased significantly. In fact, if I trade one lot of Nifty and I sell another same lot, I had to recover my cost by 3 point of Nifty. Now it has become 3.5 point after this increase in STT. So basically, futures in an absolute terms is becoming more unviable, and options, because it was options premium driven, it is still okay. Yes, it does have an impact, but the overall cost is still within one tick of the movement. So again, the government intention is clear. What they speak, that people are losing money, and I believe that most of the people are losing money by trading options. Still, government is asking people to move away from futures and trade options.
Yeah, it's irreversible now. It's almost like a death knell on the futures trading segment. So when we first started, Vivek, we called ourselves a brokerage. Then after reevaluating what people were trading with us, we called ourselves an F&O brokerage. Now we feel like we're just an options brokerage. And
so well
goes
said.
without saying that everybody feels the same. Yeah.
And I know you very closely now because we did face to face in Goa, and I must tell you that you actually think so much from a customer perspective, from user perspective, and you see their pain. So I'm sure that this STT is also giving you botheration, not just from a business perspective, but also from the thought that eventually this money is moving out of people's bank account and going to the government. As simple as that. कोई बंद नहीं करने वाला ट्रेड करना, बढ़ेगा ही ट्रेड तो बल्कि.
Yeah. So one more thing I want to add here, Vivek, is that we only talk about STT. So in 2021, what happened is that the government centralized stamp duty collections. Previously,
Yeah.
what used to happen was that broker was liable to pay the state government separately. So,
Yeah.
for instance, we're based in Bangalore, Karnataka. If a customer from Mumbai traded with us, then to his rates were, first of all states had differential stamp duty rates. So it was the onus was on us to go collect and pay those rates. So now, since the central government is collecting it, I'm sure that the revenues that they get from trading is far more than what is reported recently, that it was 25,000 crores or so. Like if you
Yeah.
look at the consolidated taxes, it must be like at least double of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that money is actually presumably sent to the state government as their share. And when I roam around Calcutta, I I feel that why am I paying stamp duty to them? Just because I'm transacting in the market. If I'm trading options, how does it matter to the state government? Why are they taking taxes from me? Just because I'm doing something sitting in the state doesn't mean that you will take tax on verifying that legal or give legality to the document. If I'm doing options trading, I'm doing it trading with a clearing corporation, which is a legal entity. Why will I pay stamp duty? I always have this question, but no one has been able to answer this question. I've written multiple letters to the governments. Yeah, how can you charge stamp duty on transactions? It was supposed to be on documents, right? Stamp duty concept came from real estate, where there was a document, there was a registry of the real estate, and we used to pay stamp duty to give legality of that registry, that stamp paper. Now, why will options trading invite stamp duty? I've never been able to understand.
Absolutely. It's
Is
just like a
am I missing
legacy.
something?
Yeah. So this is the legacy is carried forward because it's also a contract. This, while the state government doesn't have anything to do with it, I think the residence of the customer is taken to be like the qualifying factor. But yeah, I agree with you. I hope there are no bureaucrats in this discussion.
No, no, won't mind if there are bureaucrats. In fact, we are living in a country now or a ecosystem where there is truly freedom of speech. So if there is any bureaucrat, please do connect with me. I would like to take the opportunity to give presentation to you. And let's talk numbers. I'm not here to talk ego or emotional stuff. I'm here to talk numbers. And if you feel I make sense, please give me an opportunity to talk to madam so that I can tell her this is not right what is happening in our country. Anyways, thank you, Tejas, for your.
I
I
just
thought
joined in
it
casually. Yeah, so thanks
was
for
so
allowing
sweet
me
of
the
you.
opportunity.
So
Thanks,
sweet
Vivek.
of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I took almost an hour from all of you. I hope it was worthy of your time. Please do retweet my tweet, which I've sent earlier, so that it reaches the larger audience. And if you like the thought process, then please join me in this movement. कोई तो कुछ तो सुनेगा कभी तो सुनेगा ट्राई करते रहते हैं चलिए bye bye. Have a great time ahead. And before we end this, definitely I have to say this. Jai Hind. Thank you.